Hello, Anthony Carr here with Business Improvement Group. I'm very excited that you joined us today. In this video, we're going to share with you some common pitfalls and some techniques that you can use to become more effective at solving problems. We're going to start off with the first principle through a statement that we're going to introduce on the next slide. And what we want you to do is just read the statement and reflect on what it means to you, your own personal interpretation of the statement. We're going to give you about 20 seconds to do so, and then we'll join back with you in a few. See you then. Welcome back. So what did you think? You may have found that it was a little reminiscent of Einstein's famous quote on the definition of insanity, where we do the same thing over and over again, yet expect a different result. But what does this have to do with problem solving? You're going to find out a lot. Einstein had another quote that went something along the lines of, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking that we used when we created them." This sets us up for our first pitfall, where we get stuck in a rut, doing the same thing over and over again, thinking the same way, but just spinning our wheels, and the same problem happens over and over again. We want to watch out for that. Before we introduce the second pitfall, we're going to give you a little challenge, a little fun here. We're going to show you the same sentence, and when you read through it this time, we're going to give you a little task. And that task is to count the number of times the letter F, that's F as in Frank, appears in the statement. Again, we'll give you 20 seconds to do so, and we'll see you when you come back. See you then. So how many did you count? Wait, don't tell me yet. During our live workshop, we typically have a couple of rounds where we place wagers to see who gets the correct answer. Now, we are not going to ask you to place any bets during this video. What we are going to ask is that you pause this video for a moment so that you can enter your count in the comment section. If you viewed this video before, we ask that you skip this part because we already have your count from the first time you viewed. If you are going to be entering your count today, we ask that when you're in there to disregard any other entries that you may see, because there's a chance that they might not be correct and you have the correct answer. So we want to hear your response today. We'll see you in a few. Okay, so you entered your count in the comment section, right? Great. Now, if I were to ask if you counted 8 or less F's when reading the statement, how confident would you be in your count? Okay, now what if I asked you if you counted 9 F's? Now how confident would you be in your count? Okay, now what if I asked you if you counted 10 F's? How confident would you be in your count now? Okay, now, no matter how many F's that you counted, maybe I'm making numbers up, how certain are you that you counted? Maybe you counted several times, maybe you were very diligent in your count, and you're very certain about your count. Now, what if I told you that there were indeed 11 F's in that statement? How many of you would believe me? We're going to show you that statement one more time, and you can see for yourself. Okay, do you see all of the F's now? Don't feel bad if you missed any during your count. During our live workshops, we find that at least 80% of the people will miss one or more of the F's. Now, if you're like most, the F that we tend to miss is in the word of. And there's a couple of schools of thought as far as why we would miss that word. Some people will say it's because it's a small, insignificant word, and our mind will automatically filter that out. Other people will say it's because of the way the F sounds. It sounds more like a V in of, and hence our mind will filter that out and not count it as an F. Regardless of the reason why, the point that we want to bring up here is the concept of a blind spot, and one of the pitfalls we want to watch out for while solving problems. And a blind spot is essentially an area that you may be missing something, regardless of how certain you are that you're seeing everything. Okay? Remember when we counted the F's? You may have been certain in your count only to find out that we may have missed something. And this happens in problem solving all the time, where we think that we're so certain on the answer, we go ahead and implement a solution only to find out that the problem comes back again. So we've introduced two pitfalls to watch out for. One, being careful not to get stuck in that rut of using the same thinking to try to solve the problem that created the problem. And two, being cautious, watching out for blind spots to make sure that we're looking at the entire picture and that we're not missing anything. So what can we do to overcome some of these pitfalls? We have 3 techniques that we would recommend going forward to try to break through some of these problem solvings to become more effective. The first is to follow a structured approach. A structured approach allows you to objectively assess the situation and line up all of the potential situations and solutions that you can encounter. The second technique that you can use is to include a cross-functional team. Sometimes we see things only from our perspective, and we need a diverse viewpoint to see the bigger picture. And then the third technique is to bring in a third party or an impartial person to help facilitate. This comes in handy a lot of times when the topic may be emotionally charged, or if you just can't seem to break through. Bringing in a third person that can help facilitate a team through problem solving is a very effective technique as well. So we hope that you enjoyed this video. We hope that you learned some of the pitfalls and some of the techniques that you can use to become more effective at problem solving. If you'd like to learn more, please share our video, like us, follow us, and reach out on the contact information that we'll provide. We'd be more than happy to help you become a more effective problem solver. Thank you very much, and goodbye.